Hi, welcome to the class. Let's begin with another topic of this, the very first chapter of Unit 2, Current Electricity. And the name of the topic which we are going to start is now is ohmic and non-ohmic conductor. So Ohm's law already we have done in the previous class. So ohmic conductors are the conductors which obeys Ohm's law. Okay. So it means for these type of conductors, first of all they obey Ohm's law, and the second thing is that if they obey Ohm's law, their graph of V and I is a straight line. Why? Because according to Ohm's law, this V is directly proportional to I. So that is the case for ohmic conductors. Now, what all substances obey Ohm's law? So they are the metallic conductors like copper, aluminium, silver, and all these substances obey Ohm's law. Now, what are non-ohmic conductors? Non-ohmic conductors are the conductors which do not obey Ohm's law. So, they do not obey Ohm's law, and for them the graph is not a straight line. Okay. So, they do not obey Ohm's law. So, what are the examples of non-ohmic conductors? So, the example of non-ohmic conductors are LED, light emitting diode, transistors, diodes, rectifiers, and all these. So these are the examples of non-ohmic conductors, right? Now in the previous class we discussed about uh, resistance. So now let us understand, and also if you remember we did this formula R is equals to ml upon n e is a square, n is n e square a tau. We had done this formula R is equals to ml upon n e square a tau, and according to this formula if you see, then what can we make out of this formula about the dependency of resistance on certain factors? And the dependency of resistance on certain factors, what I could see is that mass is a constant quantity, charge of an electron is a constant quantity, and can be constant for a given conductor. So R is dependent on L, R is dependent on A, and R is dependent on this tau. And further, this tau depends upon the temperature, change in the temperature. So from this formula itself, I could gather that R, that is resistance, is directly proportional to length, and resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Okay, and this depends on this tau. The relation of tau with resistance tells me that this resistance depends upon the temperature also, because which we have done in the previous class as well. So R depends upon temperature. How does it depends upon temperature? That we have discussed in the previous class only, where we have discussed that R, the value of R increases with temperature for conductors, and the value of resistance decreases with the temperature for semiconductors, right? So R is directly proportional to L, R is inversely proportional to A, R depends upon temperature, that we know. And also one more factor is there, that R depends upon nature of material of the conductor. So nature of material of the conductor, it depends. So what do you mean by this nature of material of the conductor? It means with what material the conductor is made. Okay, is it made of copper? Is it made of aluminium? Is it made of silver? So like silver is the best conductor. So if you compare two conductors, one made up of aluminium and one made up of silver, so silver will have the least R because it is the best conductor. Okay, so these are the factors. So if I take these two factors specifically, we know I have explained this factor. This factor is already explained. Now if I take these two factors, so longer the length of the conductor, more will be resistance, and if the conductor is thick, resistance will be less. If it is thin, resistance will be more, right? If I take these two factors and combine these two, combine means I write them together. R is directly proportional to L, inversely proportional to A. Again, if we remove this proportionality, equality will come along with a constant. This time this constant is rho, the density wala rho, and then L by A. So this is another formula for R in terms of rho. Now what is rho? Rho first of all is a constant. Second, what is the name of rho? Its name is resistivity and or specific resistance. Specific resistance. Remember this, why do we call it specific resistance, that I will tell you. So, and if you take this formula, rho is equals to R A upon L. Correct? Now pay attention here. If you look, what is the unit of R? Ohm. What is the unit of area? Meter square. What is the unit of length? Meter. This meter goes off. It is ohm meter square upon meter. This meter goes off. What is the SI unit of this? So it is ohm meter. Okay, ohm meter is the SI unit of resistivity, right? One more formula I can make for this rho. If I put the formula of R, this formula here. So in place of R, what I can write? M L A upon N E square A tau. And then this L is there. So if you see A goes off, L goes off. So what I am left with? M upon N E square tau. So this is another formula for this rho. What is the formula? Rho is equals to N E square, sorry, M upon N E square tau. If you look at this formula, like from this formula we have deduced that this R depends on L, this R depends on area, this R depends on temperature. From this also I can deduce that this rho does not depend upon length, because length is not there. This rho does not depend on area, because area is not there. So on what factors does it depend? It depends only on two factors. What are those two factors? One, it depends upon the temperature, and second, it depends upon the nature of the material. Of course, that would be true, because if we change the nature of the material, resistivity or specific resistance will change, right? Now you may think about, you must be thinking about that, sir, we have already studied about resistance, why am I studying about this? So to answer that part, and coming to that part, to answer that part, let me ask you a question. And the question is, suppose I have taken two wires and both are of copper. Both wires are of copper and they are taken at a temperature of 373 Kelvin. Okay, the length of both wires are 1 meter, but their area is different. The area of one wire is 1 meter square. Second wire is also made up of copper. Temperature is same. Length is same. But area is double. That is 2 meters square. Now I ask you a question. Tell me which wire will have more resistance. So you know that resistance is inversely proportional to area. So if area is more, resistance will be less. So area is more, resistance will be less. So area is more, resistance will be less. So the resistance of this wire will be less, just because its area is more. And the area of this wire is less, therefore its resistance will be high. No other factor has changed. Both are made up of copper. So if I keep on studying about resistance, the resistance talks about different lengths. The resistance talks about different area of cross sections. So the value of resistance changes each and every time the length and area will change. But if I talk of resistivity, it does not depend upon the length, it does not depend upon the area, it depends on the material and it depends upon the temperature. So if I ask you what which one will have more resistance, you will say this one will have more resistance. This one will have more resistance and this one will have less resistance. But if I ask you which one will have more resistivity, you will say, sir, the resistivity of these two would be same. Why? Because the resistivity does not depend upon the length and area. So that is why it is safe for us to study about resistivity, because it is a function of the material of the conductor. It is a function of the temperature of that particular at that point. It is not a function of length and area, and on changing the length and area, this resistivity won't change. So that is the benefit that we always deal with resistivity. I hope I am making myself clear here. So that was the reason that we studied this, and if I have to define this, although we understood that it depends only on two factors, it depends on the temperature and it depends on the nature of the material of the conductor. So now if I define it from here, so rho is equals to RA upon L. We know that if length is 1 meter square and area is 1 meter, length is 1 meter and area is 1 meter square. In that case, this will be 1, this will be 1. So rho is equals to R. So what does it mean? It means that resistivity or specific resistance. See, why do we call it specific resistance? Because we are talking about the specific length and specific area of cross section of a conductor, right? And also from this we know that these two, it does not depend upon these two factors. That is why whenever I am talking about the resistivity of two different conductors, I am talking about unit length and I am talking about unit area of cross section. Whereas whenever we are talking about the resistance, we may be talking of varying length, varying area of cross section, or maybe the same. We do not know. So we have to specify the length and area when we are talking about the resistance. But we need not to specify area and length when we are talking about the resistivity, because it is understandable that he must be talking about the unit area and he must be talking about the unit length. So resistivity or specific resistance is numerically equal. Numerically equal means in number. In number, numerically equal to resistance. So this is numerically equal to resistance when length of the conductor is 1 meter and area of the conductor is 1 meter square. So this is the case, right? So after this, I hope that I need not to tell you that on what factors this resistivity depends. You should be getting this, that the resistivity depends on only two things: one, the temperature, and the nature of the material of the conductor. Now let me talk about how does it depends on this temperature. So of course you know that if temperature will increase. So this is again I have to talk for conductors. So if I increase the temperature, this tau will decrease. And we know that this rho is inversely proportional to tau. So if tau decreases, rho will increase. So it means for conductors, if you increase the temperature, this will increase and it will be a straight line. This is for conductors. Alright. Now, if you study it for semiconductors, what will happen for semiconductors? For semiconductors, if you increase the temperature, N will also increase. This number will also increase. And you know that this factor will always dominate this tau. And therefore it will decrease. This will decrease. And if it decreases, then the graph temperature, resistivity, the graph would be like this. It means as the temperature will increase, resistivity will decrease. Alright? And if this decreases, resistivity decreases, there is something known as conductivity. This sigma, this is conductivity. It will increase. What is conductivity? Conductivity is nothing but it is the reciprocal of this rho. Sigma is the reciprocal of rho. Right? Like G is the reciprocal of 1 upon R. R is resistance, G is conductance, rho is resistivity, sigma is the conductivity. Its SI unit is ohm meter. So its SI unit will be ohm inverse meter inverse. So this is how this conductivity, on what factor this conductivity depends. This is the formula and how it changes. Why it is important for us to always talk in terms of this conductivity rather than talking in terms of in terms of resistance. So that was for us to understand in case of conductivity and in case of this specific resistance or resistivity. Thank you.